Hello and welcome to today's pick a card reading. I'm starting with the base 4 groups and just tuning in, taking a deep breath and being here, being present, ready and prepared to deliver divine messages as needed. So take time to tune in and to figure out which piles resonate for you, which groups resonate for you here. We're going to add some crystals to help, and then we'll reveal each of the base cards. We're going to start with red jasper here for group number 1. Red jasper is a really good protection stone. It's a really good stone to get to know little by little as you move along, and it does help to keep one safe. For the second group, we have the sunstone. Think of the brightness and illumination of the sun, radiance, brightness, heat, warmth, vitality. For the third, we have a garnet stone. Garnet is a lot about abundance. It can be a lot about hard work. It can be about groundedness. And then this is a rough ruby stone for the fourth group. Pretty similar to the garnet group. This one is probably a little bit more about like emotions and grounding in one's emotions. So that's group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Let's go ahead and reveal the base cards for each group if you need a little bit more help choosing or if you'd like to see what's going on. Okay, so we have the devil card for group number 1 with the red jasper. So this would be the need for protection, the need for safety. This would be the need to maybe untangle and unwind. For group number 2, the base card is the 2 of Wands. So here we are looking for something, we're beginning a new venture or beginning a new goal and probably needing illumination to discover what's going on for us. Group number 3 with the garnet, we have the star card. So this is a very Aquarian energy. This would be about productive Aquarian, basically exchange of ideas or innovation, new technology, but it's definitely grounding in star power, grounding in your soul. There's a lot of good energy here for group number 3. Group number 4 has the ruby on it and the lovers. So this can be about attracting love or finding love within yourself. This is going to be more of a love reading. So here we have a protection reading. This can be a guidance or illumination reading. This one can be about magic and practical magic. And this one is about love, a general love reading. So now that we know the groups, go ahead and pick your group and I will see you in the reading. Again, we have group number 1 here, group number 2 here, group number 3 here, and group number 4. Welcome, group number 1. If you chose group number 1, this message is for you. We chose the red jasper for this group, which is a good protective stone and also reminds us to do things step by step, one step at a time. The foundational card for this group is the devil, which means that there's something major going on that is binding, constraining, restricting, or that is absorbing or receiving your focus. The red jasper goes really well with this card, the idea of doing things one step at a time. And Capricorn is related to the devil card in the tarot. So for astrology, it's Capricorn, which means that there's a challenge or an obstacle that needs to be overcome one step at a time. And you might be trapped in a certain phase until you've reached like a holistic maturation or maturity process. This can also be about just taking a new look at the term devil and what that means for you. It could be that we're going through a change in the way that we perceive what good and bad and evil is. And essentially, instead of putting our focus on the fear of the bad, we're going to be directing our focus onto ourselves and how to liberate ourselves from the situation through personal empowerment and inner strength. So we started with the devil. And let's go ahead and reveal, I'll start from the bottom, the cards that I drew for this group of people. This is from the Medicine Woman Tarot. This is the 7 of Stones. So the devil, there's some hard work going on. There is the feeling that you could get a lot more done if you weren't held up or stuck up on something, or caught up on something, or if there was maybe if there wasn't a certain challenge present in your life. It might be that in your work environment you have to deal with things that you don't really care for, and that it causes you a little bit of energy drain. And it probably takes a little bit more effort than you would like to put forward, but you are a good worker and you know how to get it done. Again, from the Medicine Woman Tarot, the Hermit, or the Guide. Okay, so this is a call to step out of yourself, or to cause introspection within yourself to gain new perspective. This is essentially a call that you are a guide or a leader in disguise in this situation. Whatever it is that is going on, whether it be stuck in some sort of work or business situation, being tied emotionally to other people who cause a lot of drainage or a lot of energy, who take a lot of energy. We're seeing that this is essentially a guide in disguise. The person, you here, doing all of the work and making it through and pushing it through, that there's an opportunity here to receive wisdom about what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're making, and how it is that you can overcome your challenges and obstacles. And then always with the guide energy, it's like rising up above and then figuring out how to do it yourself, and then helping other people to do it for themselves. So there's opportunity in your challenges here to be able to become wiser, to become stronger, to become resilient, to work through it, and to see yourself in a new light, so that you are no longer held down by fears of obstacles, but that you feel that you are stronger than whatever the devil is for you, that you can overcome whatever that means. Sometimes it's not about fighting it directly. Sometimes it's about allowing whatever the experience is in a safe way, and just allowing and accepting that that is what's going on, and then continuing the hard work so that you can escape and to rise above it. This is Shadowscapes Tarot. We have the Three of Cups, suggesting that you can find strength in peers. There can be peers in your workplace, there can be online peers, people who are like-minded, who are similar to you, and who connect instinctively or emotionally. Finding solace in people in similar situations might even help to give you more perspective on it. You know you're not the only one caught in a situation like that. Excuse the barking. Just 1 second. That you're not the only one in a situation like that. And that you can find comfort and solace and support from other people who are similar. I'm just pausing for a minute because of the barking and allowing new space to come in before we continue on in the reading. Energetically, that might be what you're needing to look for, is to find maybe peace or solace after something startling has come up. That this can give you a better perspective on the overall picture of what's happening. That the devil is a lot of times our perception about things, and that if we can uplift our own attitude and behavior, and really do the work for ourselves to love ourselves and to appreciate our situation, that the scene will change. And that instead of seeing the challenges or the bad or the negative in things, that you can find wisdom in your experiences, and you can overcome this and help other people to overcome. This is from the Shadowscapes again. So we have the Four of Wands. This is a new opening directly connected to collaborating with other people, or reaching out to find experiences that will help support and uplift you and your perspective. And you can do this with other people. There might be like a collective effort that's happening. There might be a lot of us on the earth or the planet that are struggling with certain things. And as we continue on, we'll find transcendence, and we're going to find liberation. We're going to find new pathways of doing things so that we don't have to be stuck in old patterns. I'm seeing a lot of like global collective healing energy here. but it's also really related to the work that we do individually on our own and how we treat ourselves. The next card from the Medicine Woman Tarot again is the Seven of Arrows. So we have collaboration reiterated. This is the sharing of wisdom, the sharing of ideas, and just the thought that we can't always overcome everything alone. Sometimes we're gonna have to get together with other people, or we're gonna have to do our research. We're gonna have to receive information in order to have a clearer picture of what's going on. Medicine Woman again, we have the Bounty or the Empress. This is kind of like a queenly card. This is regal, this is nurturing, it's the Great Mother. There's success here. There's a lot of success and nurturing. This is indicating success and getting into a better mindset. This is also showing, it's like kind of a warning reminder that if the devil's looming and you're not addressing those issues, that it can be kind of like overlooking everything and kind of looming behind the scenes like a shadow. My antidote for this is to take care of myself first off and make sure that I'm at a healthy place for myself, and then to engage in creative activities where I can look at things differently. And when I'm engaged in other activities, like for me, it's astrology, it's like studying spiritual topics, it is doing tarot cards, it's making art, it's making music. It's a lot of different creative things that help me to put myself in better perspective overall in the world and in my life. And the devil becomes just like a person or a situation or a challenge. It doesn't have to be like this fear or anxiety that's kind of looming over everything anymore. So we can clear that away through focusing on the good, on the helpful, on the illumination. We're also getting a warning here to make sure to pay attention to your fears, to make sure not to ignore them or to be avoiding them. Probably the best case scenario here is to confront the situations in ways that are safe for you, to accept what's happening and to look at things with more of a neutral or centered perspective, to gain clarity within yourself so that all aspects of your life will illuminate and to have better clarity. There's always going to be these things in life, like these challenges right now where we are. The devil, he's going to come up, so we're not going to be avoiding him. We're not going to be trying to hide from him, but we're going to build the confidence so that whatever that evil is or whatever you don't like or don't want, it just doesn't have power over you. And it's going to take probably one step at a time and a lot of dedication to yourself and to goals that you really love. And then we have the Empress showing and indicating bounty, harvest. This is a very protected energy, meaning like the Empress has people around that protect them. They have a life instilled in an overall structure that is safe, founded, secure, and grounded. Okay, next card. This is the Apparition Tarot. We have the Eight of Swords coming up here, seeing past the turmoil. This to me is a reminder, don't get caught in turmoil, don't get caught in drama, to center yourself or to be within yourself enough to look through the problems and to see the solutions. And that there will be challenges, just like the devil's a reminder, there's always going to be like some sort of devil type of energy to overcome or to explore. There's also the ability to look through these anxieties and these fears and these pains into true reality, to see past the illusion, sometimes painstakingly. And it's interesting that the Empress and the Eight of Swords is here, but I think I'm getting a lot of like nurturing, motherly, mature woman energy, like mature feminine energy of being able to just hold your ground no matter what comes at you, and to be able to see through perceived fears and anxieties into an uplifted perspective, and to make what you make out of it. Basically to create your own beliefs and philosophies that are not based on the fears of your parents or the fears that you learned in school or the fears that you learned while working. There's a lot of stuff that we pick up in the world, and we're just being asked to have discernment through that stuff and not to get distracted by anxieties, to basically make a choice on where we're putting our focus, and maybe pushing to the side things that are damaging, destructive, or harmful, or things that are worrisome. And it doesn't mean that we're going to cast them out completely, but we're definitely going to build a central focus on collaborating with like-minded people, opening new pathways, finding wisdom in the situation, and we're going to develop those so that they're strong and so that they're going to overcome, and eventually there's a resilience. And maybe you've already developed this and you're just coming into it, but there's a very strong resilience to whatever happens in the world around you, and maintaining clarity and just like maintaining focus on your own good. Okay, so from the Sacred Earth Oracle, Rediscovery. So yeah, we're definitely enhancing and uplifting our perspective here. We're coming into maturity or a realization that things don't need to bother us as much. Maybe we're just not bothered by those things anymore. Maybe we've come to an acceptance of where we are or what that situation is. Same with over here, maybe focusing on the bounty, focusing on opportunity, more than focusing on what's bad or what needs to be corrected, but allowing everything holistically. Maintaining a childlike perspective where we are basically kind of like humble to the higher power. We're in awe of what's going on around us. Think of anything you had like that excited you when you were a kid, whether it was playing a game, envisioning, reading books, stories. These things can all enhance reconnecting to those parts of you, and then finding a new perspective within that. And then the last card here is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is just a reminder that there is abundance in all of this, and that there is a new opportunity to start things fresh and to start things new. If you did have problems with anxieties or fears, or with devil type of situations where you feel trapped or stuck or bound, just know that there's a new beginning opening for you based on your self-love and based on your own like enjoyment in life, in the world. That's very beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that this helped. I do wish you the best of luck in focusing, like getting your creative focus down, and really just trusting that you are developing the correct gifts and that you are maturing into the person that you've always dreamed yourself to be. Best of luck, and I hope to see you in another reading. Please subscribe, follow, comment, like, share, all of those things that are supportive. Thank you. Welcome, group number 2. If you chose group number 2 for this reading is for you. This is the pile with the sunstone, so we're talking about illumination, especially with that foundation card that we drew at the beginning. We have the Two of Wands, so there's discovery, exploration, and a new process that's happening. But it's new and fresh, so I guess we are looking to bring some light into this and illumination about what's happening. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the Medicine Woman Tarot cards. I drew 2 of them, and then there will be 2 of these that come up later as well. So the first one is the Ace of Bowls. New beginnings. We are seeing something new happening here. This can be a shift in where you live, a shift in where you work. This can be just going up to the next level in whatever it is. This is like a promotion or going to the next grade level. This is chosen emotional attachments, essentially. So there is something propelling you along or connected to your path or your vision or whatever's coming in now that's emotional. There's probably like some sort of partnership. This could be a new spiritual sense. This could be a new sense of yourself. Having done maybe some inner work in the past, you're ready to approach life in a different way. The next card is the Pierced Shield, the Tower. So something's come in quickly at the beginning of a phase that basically is testing all of this, or that is rearranging or bringing a huge surprise. It could be that you started out the venture with a certain idea or ideals and that it's changed already very quickly, that it's not exactly what you expected to get into, although this looks like overall it's good energy. Moving to the Shadowscapes Tarot, and then we'll come back to the Medicine Woman. We have the the Son of Pentacles, which is a bit different. Here we have like youthful energy, youthful earth energy. There is definitely a new venture, a new project, but there's something that is challenging you or blocking the path a little bit. And it looks like you might be hard on yourself on your abilities that you've acquired. It might be that you've started a new venture that you don't feel as adequate in or as capable of, and that there's actually the need for a lot of inner strength to be able to push yourself into the correct direction, or to continue on through the dedication of the process. Here we have a reminder to remember why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you doing what you're doing? We need to understand why so that we have the motivation to continue when things get tough. When things show up that surprise us or shock us, we need to understand the base motivation behind everything, because it's gonna cause an introspection or a reflection and almost like a harshness on the self. Like, why didn't I develop this sooner? Why didn't I start this path sooner? Something about feeling just like young and inadequate. But it looks like you probably have skills in other areas that will help you along the way, but it's not necessarily what you're doing day to day. It's definitely learning some sort of new skill here. The Son of Wands. So this just says that as long as you have everything in check for yourself and you're grounded and centered in yourself with this process, that you do have the vitality to move through, and you do have the vitality to get things done. So this is a helpful situation. What's ever caused you to reassess what's going on for you, or to feel kind of like down about the experience, this can be pushed through. You can get yourself through it, and it will lead to further strength and vitality. And it's going to give you even more of a motivation or even more of an edge on whatever new skill that you're starting to learn, or whatever new level that you've gotten to. This is back to the Medicine Woman Tarot. We're pulling the 5 of Pipes here. So there's a search for something. It might be that the end goal isn't completely clear right now. There might be some sort of ideal or something you're moving toward, but that through the process you're searching for yourself, or you're searching for some aspect of yourself that was lost. This could be something that was lost in childhood. It could be something that was lost a little bit later. But there's definitely a search for something that is being yearned for, or there's some sort of void that's needing to be filled, some sort of itch, some sort of like new awakening within the process. So because of this ability to push past whatever's come in to jostle you or to surprise you, pushing past through those like creative blockages where you start to doubt yourself, you find new vitality, and then you find that you were actually looking for something different, or that there was something more that you're looking for through the process. I'm seeing joining an organization because of somebody else, and then realizing that's a bit more difficult or daunting or demanding than you expected, but then having the strength to push through it and finding new vision and new goals because of it. I get a lot of the like no quitting mentality here. Like if you don't quit, then you will find success and you'll find new vision. Yep, the Fool. We have new vision here. It looks like whatever's being sparked, like a new desire or new vision, new goal, or something that you're looking for, is actually leading to a big life change. That this is something that can be incorporated. It might just be a feeling, the feeling of being happy and joyful. It might be a new activity that gives you that feeling, but it's a new focus that is leading you to a new venture. You don't know what's going to happen here. This is the Fool. We're not planned out what's going to happen yet. All we're doing is following that impulse and believing in the goodness of life. So definitely be careful with your impulses, be careful in your investments and your spending. Make sure that you give yourself time to really digest whatever it is that's happened, that's changed you. And then starting a new journey. Bless your journey. Take time to really pray if that's your thing, doing spiritual rituals, anything that'll help kind of get you into the launching new beginnings phase or accepting that youthful part of you phase. This is really beautiful. This is saying new birth right here. Okay, we have the Apparition Tarot, and I have the Three of Wands. So this goes great with the seed. This would be like the first candle here being lit, and then the Three of Wands is continuing whatever you're doing. So choose something that sparks your passions, that's exciting and that's really fun, and that you really love the result, you love the feeling of the process, so that you can stay with yourself through the entire process to see it through. Definitely the beginning of a new phase. There's a shift and new light coming in and starting a new project. Then let's go ahead and reveal this one. We have the King of Swords. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in reminiscing on what could have happened or what went wrong when you can be using that time to propel yourself forward on your new ventures. Just a reminder there. And this is the Sacred Earth Oracle. Alliance. We see symbiotic relationships with pretty much everything that's going on. I think in the beginning there was a main focus or main purpose, maybe a partner came into your life or maybe a new venture where you had your focus, but it was really based on maybe one specific thing or one specific person that led you to that. Here we're having an alliance with everything in your environment. We're having an alliance with the animals, with the plants. It's basically stepping into life in a symbiotic relationship type of sense where we are accepting and willing of what's around us, and we're seeing new potentials and possibilities by being more open to people. The vision that I'm seeing is somebody joining a church or spiritual group for a partner and then finding themselves within it along the way, or finding new possibilities. Maybe you started studying astrology because someone you loved was studying it or something like that, but now it's redirecting the focus into your own creativity, your own center, and your own path. And then just being open to share your experiences with your world, basically opening up to new spirituality within your day-to-day life. And this is a new and uplifted perspective on how you view things. And it is thanks to overcoming struggle and being persistent when things get tough, for whatever motivation. But it's being persistent when things kind of go against you or go against your way, and then finding increased motivation and new insight, new discoveries because of it. I do encourage you to start whatever project or venture that you would like to do, whether it's learning a new skill or sharing a skill that you know. It's going to take time, so I would say start that as soon as you can, even if it's just like writing down a list of things you'd like to do. Or if it means doing some things that you don't really love, maybe you need to contact people to market yourself, and that's not the main goal, but it will get you what you need. So go ahead and start with those plans, and congratulations on finding a new purpose and center within yourself. Congratulations for befriending yourself and loving yourself and seeing what a wonderful person you are. Best of luck with everything, and I hope to see you in another reading. Please support me however you can. Comment, like, subscribe, share, all those good things. And thank you so much. That was wonderful. Welcome group 3. If you chose group 3, this reading is for you. This is the reading with the garnet crystal. Really good grounding. And then we had the base card of the star. Let's go ahead and pull that up. This is otherworldly energy. This is very magical in my perception. This is also about the Aquarius age and being a water bearer. So this is very logical, but very gifted and insightful. And then this is, to me, like a grounding success within those realms. Really great starting place. It already feels wonderful. We'll just put the star card here. I'm gonna start with the Medicine Woman Tarot, and let's see what's going on. We have the Six of Bowls. We have isolation, yearning, longing. There's something more for me, life purpose. We also have kind of like the focus on something that's special or important. So there is a figure lit up in his heart, and there is something that he's holding in his hands that he's putting a lot of focus on. So this can be, since we're talking about the star card and otherworldly energies, this can be feeling outcast or feeling different, feeling isolated, and yearning for something. This can be feeling out of place with your natural qualities and just having a lot of refuge and isolation time. I see someone who's very gifted, who's kind of like living a normal life and feels a little bit left out because of it. Because they're not focused on their inner magic as much as they're focused on what they feel being part of the world, which can be kind of painful sometimes, a little bit sad. So what's the next card? The Grandmothers, the Moon, illusions. So yeah, it's an illusion that you're a normal person. It's an illusion that you will be doing things normally the way other people do them. There is spiritual support for you behind the scenes, whether you know it or not, that's helping you to find better purpose and a better path for yourself that better suits your magical skills and abilities, or your natural skills and abilities. That the yearning is going to be guided and directed into fruitful experiences, essentially. We're gonna do 2 cards from the Shadowscapes, and then I'll return to the Medicine Woman Tarot. Here we have the Devil coming up. Ooh, juicy. You are being protected. Whatever it is that's happening for you where you feel isolated, there is a certain sense of protection because there are dangers in the world. Some of your abilities might cause attention if mishandled or something like that. How do I say that in a better way? There is protection and safety in whatever isolation that you've experienced, and more than likely you've been protected from certain societal ideals or norms that are not good for you. So this is, to me, someone who's chosen to be kind of more by themselves than to interact with corruptive energies. This is someone who's chosen a path that might not feel as fulfilling all the time because they know that it's safe. And they know that it'll get them where they need to go. So there's a lot of caution here. There's also something brewing under the surface for you, like your own internal devil energy is being kind of like bubbling or boiling to the surface a little bit. So maybe you focus on really taking care of yourself spiritually and being a good person, treating others really well, and there's some sort of outlet that you desire that might seem strange or out of the ordinary for you. But it's more than likely going to activate or awaken deep inherent gifts or pleasures. But there's a warning. For me, there's usually a warning when the Devil's sign comes up. It's a warning not to get caught up or trapped in instinctive or pleasurable energies. But it's also a warning that if you don't take care of them, they will overpower you. It can cause disease if you don't take care of whatever that yearning is. So this is like befriending your own devil and figuring out, like, at this point, we're not talking about an evil influence. At this point, we're kind of just talking about that inner desire that you have or inner passion that you have that you don't always let show or let express all the time. So yeah, there's a lot of different facets to talk about with the devil, especially talking like the star card, because we're not as susceptible to the devil here. We have our own inner strength and resilience, and we have our protection and our path. And then we've basically here, you've given yourself time to learn about yourself and to approach whatever your deeper desires are in a safe way, and to create a safe path for that. The next shadowscapes, yep, we have a path. We have the moon, and we have steps up a path with wands or branches there. This is the Nine of Wands. A lot of fire energy. It's basically saying to make use of your resources now. That in waiting and isolation, you've built up a lot of resources. This is the Wands card, so these can all be used as a resource or a tool, but they appear to be kind of in the way. So maybe opening up to your own sacred sexuality is one thing that I see here, but it doesn't have to be just sexuality. It can be any type of pleasure, yearning, or longing. And instead of blocking yourself from experiencing that, another example comes to mind, like thinking something's too childish, so you're not gonna participate, or thinking something's not cool or stylish. And it's basically inhibiting you. If you have these judgments or beliefs about a certain thing that are inhibiting or keeping you from interacting with it, you need to take a look at it. You need to figure out what's going on, and if it's worth listening to these kind of negative voices, or if it's time to start picking up the wands and using them as a resource, using them to ignite, even if it's just as an emotional resource, so that you don't feel weighed down by life. You need to find activities that ignite you and uplift you and make you feel happy. And it's not always about productivity. It might be most of the time about productivity, but it's not always about productivity. This is definitely asking a reassessment of your emotional energies and what you allow yourself to do. The next card, we're back to the Medicine Woman Tarot. The Hanged Man, vision. So allow all of these experiences to inform you, and if you, for example, feel like you were a loner, let's take this as an example. You feel like in school you were a loner and you didn't interact with people, and you're upset with yourself about it. Like, why didn't I do that more? Why didn't I step up, and why didn't I just interact with more people and become more friendly? Well, instead of doubting your past experiences, what you need to do is to allow them to inform you and allow them to support you. So instead of looking down on yourself for that, you would identify that you need isolation time. You would identify all of the gifts that you were able to develop through your resilience and dedication and loyalty to yourself. All of that patience and that hard work. So we're being beckoned to find the gift in whatever situation has happened. Medicine Woman again. We have the Three of Arrows. There's a goal in sight. This is a vision of a new goal or something you want to achieve. And this will pull you out of your shell, most likely. It doesn't have to be to the whole world. It could be in your personal life. It could be with a new group of friends. It could be just new endeavors that you want to achieve. And this will be really helpful in dealing with all of this energy here. This is a lot of stuff that needs to be addressed, that needs to be experienced, that needs to be brought up. And having a good goal in sight is going to help you with that. The Apparition Tarot, we have just one card here, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a youthful mental energy. So this is new ideas, new inspiration, and the motivation to explore them. Let yourself explore those ideas. Always be safe, always be cautious, you know. But I think you have that down already. You know how to be protected, you are mature in a lot of the ways that you deal with stuff, and you have support from behind the scenes. So whatever's coming up in the center that's boiling at the surface that you don't know how to handle or assess, just allow different possibilities. Allow for imagination to take over. It doesn't always have to be realistic, though it needs to eventually be realistic. But this is really allowing yourself to brainstorm new ideas, to see new perspectives, those aha moments. Oh my God, I didn't realize that. Aha. We're looking for that a lot here to help stimulate the vision, to bring everything eventually into realism, but basically bringing up all the possibilities of what can happen in a good way, looking at the positive, optimistic possibilities so that you can choose a path and so that you can deal with whatever this is, this devil energy that's coming up for you right in the center. It's not ominous though. I really don't get that much of an ominous vibe, but I get the feeling of going about your day peacefully and then suddenly becoming irritated about something and not being able to shake it. Or having some sort of emotion that you're just like, I don't know why it's here, but it's here and I can't do that much about it. So this is to find new solutions to whatever's happening in that way, and that there are solutions, possibilities, resolutions for you. We have 2 cards left. Let's go ahead and do this Sacred Earth Oracle card. Shift. So yeah, something's shifting. It's unavoidable. Life is transforming. You can't hide yourself away anymore. Your gifts are coming up. Your magic's coming up really strong in ways that you cannot avoid anymore. You're going to be remembering your dreams more than likely. You're going to be remembering your dreams more, or having like daydreams and visions. This could be about feelings, instinctive, emotional sense. You might start picking up on things that you don't really know how to deal with because you've mostly like kind of kept to yourself in these areas. And now there's some sort of sense that's coming in that you're like, okay, I gotta step up. I really need to step up now. And I can actually, like, being able to see that you can help people. But I think overall it's about your own inner beauty. You've been keeping some part of your beauty from the world in certain ways, and this is just an inevitable shift on how to share that and how to make use of that. You are very gifted. You are very gifted. And it's unavoidable. It's coming up. You have to face the fact that you can do what you can do and you can help people. Last card is the 5 of Wands. It's going to take some work. There's going to be some chaos to be faced, but among everything, with everything that's there, you're going to be supported. You've already done work to know who you are, so you can hold your own within the chaos. And then you're going to be supported behind the scenes by family, friends, spiritual beings, people you knew in other lives. But it's not going to feel too much like chaos. There's a really big focus on you and your own independence and your autonomy, and maybe treating yourself better. Maybe you overlooked yourself before. Maybe you really overlooked your gifts and maybe thinking you're a normal person really put you in a bind for a little bit. This is really about opening up to your beauty no matter the costs, allowing what you truly desire no matter what happens, and really doing what it takes to take care of yourself so you're not caught up in the chaos as well. Okay, that's the reading for group number 3. That's very beautiful. Thank you for tuning in and for listening. Please support me any way that you can. Subscribe, like, comment, share. All of that really helps me. And I hope to see you in another reading. Hello and welcome group number 4. If you chose this pile number 4, this is the one with the rough ruby crystal on it. This reading is for you. At this point, I've forgotten what that base card was that we pulled. I'm pretty sure it's the Lovers. So I'm pretty sure this is a love. Yep, the Lovers, I remembered. This is a general love reading. This is, let's put this over here as the start. This is a major event. This can be about love coming into your life in the form of another person, in the form of an organization, in the form of you loving yourself more. This is definitely new loving experience, being really caught up in an experience. Also being committed to an experience. We're gonna start, so I have here Medicine Woman, Shadowscapes Medicine Woman. So we'll do 2 Medicine Woman cards. The first one is the Harvest Lodge of the Stones. There are resources, there is bounty, there is harvest. There's a lot to choose from. There are choices. Everything's available for you. This looks like honeymoon energy. This really looks like getting married. For me, I would say like getting married to myself. I love that idea. It's like, it's a spiritual rite or passage, but basically finding something that you're just so involved in and finding so much love for that, and then dedicating yourself to it and saying, I'm gonna do what it takes to be successful in this endeavor. This can also be marriage or partnership with another person. This can be new love recently came into your life, or this can be new love coming in pretty soon, since it's at the very beginning of the reading. And if that's not your thing, if that's not what you're looking for, if that's not what you're experiencing, I would say this really points to being fulfilled by yourself and being really in love with yourself in a good way, in a way that's supportive, where you treat yourself well and you basically are like taking care of yourself really nicely. The next Medicine Woman card, the Eight of Arrows. There's a few things we have here. We have sharing, that's the first thing that comes up. Sharing gifts and resources. This can be either receiving a gift or a resource, or giving a gift or a resource. We see multiple generations here, and we see multiple activities. So we have somebody giving, somebody receiving, somebody holding a bowl of fruit. So this can be guarding, protecting, or sharing. And then somebody dancing back here with the, I forgot the name of them. The Morocco is what I'm thinking. Moccasin is the other word. Well, I can't think of the word for these things that you hold in your hand and make music with, which is funny. But anyway, there's multiple activities happening, multiple exchange. It looks like there is free flow of loving energy in your life. There's music, there's bounty, there's harvest, and there's giving and receiving. So if this is not how your life feels like, this is what's coming in for you. This is what is possible for you to create. If this is already what your life feels like, this harmony, equilibrium, and the balance, then I guess we are just going to continue the reading to see what it is that you need in order to enhance what it is that's going on. But either way, we can take a minute here to tune in and to open to receive beautiful, plentiful, abundant energy. Whew, that's great. Okay, let's go to the Shadowscapes. We're gonna get a little bit more information. Okay, this is reiteration of good energy. The Ten of Cups is, this is an emotional card. This has to do with sharing within a community or environment, or being fulfilled within yourself, having created something. Like right here, I see having created wonderful dreams, or created a project, maybe working with other people that is fruitful and successful, abundant and helpful. Next Shadowscapes card is the Strength card. Okay, so we have the Strength card coming up. These are all really beautiful cards. I'm not even sure what to say because it feels so fulfilling and lovely. I would say this is very much a focus on the good in life. Like things are flowing, things are about to flow. There is strength, there's confidence. The thing that I keep asking right now is, what do I do with this? Or what needs to be done? Or what is the question? You know how when you're just in a blissful state, you're not really looking for what to discover as much, or looking for how to use it. You just simply are in it, in the abundance. This is a celebration energy, celebrating something that you've achieved or overcome, celebrating something that you've built or gained, celebrating efforts with other people. Marriage, I keep seeing marriage. This is like marriage, 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 honeymoon, honeymoon, marriage. So just like very happy, fruitful, joyous energy. I'm not sure if there is a direct path right now, but I guess we'll find out within the next few cards. We have the Medicine Woman Tarot. Yep, new beginnings, something new coming in. Ooh, this is strong energy. This is strong energy. This says I've developed so much that whatever I set forth to do or whatever I plan out will be successful. There's no question. So what do I choose? What do you choose? If you could do anything in your life and have anything be a success, what would you choose? What would you choose to accomplish? What would you choose to build? Next card, Two of Bowls. Collaboration. So at first we're asking here with the Ace of Arrows, what can I do? What would I do if I could do anything? The Two of Bowls is what could I do if I cooperate and invite other people who are like-minded? What can I do if I share this vision with other people who are at my same level? And so we're seeing exponential growth in the possibilities and what can be done. And we really are asking that question, if I could do anything in the world, what would I do? What do I choose? What would I choose to create? Goodness, there's just a lot of strength and resources that you can put to apply towards something. If it doesn't feel that way, then what this is saying is that you are stronger than you believe. You are way more gifted than you believe, and you can do anything. Sometimes we're spiritually gifted and it doesn't show up the way that we expect in real life. And this can definitely be part of it. This could be something where, like, coming into life with your own type of commitment or promise to yourself and your own self-love, your own spiritual gifts and abundance, like maybe what you learned from your family without even knowing it, just by having to interact with them and your siblings, things that are really natural and instinctive, that have created this harmonious, strong, magical energy that you can now do something new. You can create something new with it. Yeah, I'm seeing taking your self-love and your own gifts and then sharing them with another. So there is a lot of potential for new love coming into your life, or development on the love that's already there, like reaching a new process. This could be marriage and then coming, like a successful marriage leading to new commitment between people. But we're looking for new possibilities here. Like within these two cards, we're starting something new for sure. Next card is the Apparition Tarot, the Eight of Wands. Psychedelic. This one just has a lot of good, this is like rainbow, psychedelic, happy energy. What can I say about the Eight of Wands here? There's a lot of motivation to move forward. There's a lot of energy here to be excited, to create excitement, to focus on the good. We can see there's darkness in the background. There's a lot of light and color in the foreground. I also see like spiritual beings, how do I say? I see spiritual protectors and beings around you, whether you know that or not. And then I see spiritual experiences, like basically having mundane experiences be spiritual, and applying all of this good energy into everything that you do. Along with having a direct vision. We're definitely having a direct vision come in of something that wants to be accomplished. But this is definitely also just enjoying every aspect of your life. And like, kind of just getting high on life experiences, finding things that are exciting and rewarding for you and pursuing those. If you are lost on a vision or what to do with your energy, then I think this is coming in and saying, just explore. You need to have a lot of experiences to figure it out and to have a clear vision. Or this could just be a lot of motivation to do it. Just do it. You are successful, be successful as long as you put your work and effort toward it. Okay, so we have, let's do the Sacred Earth Oracle, Perspective. This is a wake-up call, a nice one. This is like a gentle angel lovingly coming into your bedroom and saying, look at all the possibilities. This is like, I don't know, a culmination of really good, enriching experiences, whether it be within your family life or within yourself or both, and then bringing it all together into a new perspective. Seeing the bigger picture here, seeing the possibilities, and not getting caught in bliss, like that saying where they say that ignorance is bliss. We are changing that perspective, and we're gonna say bliss can lead us to productivity, to channel and to direct our positive experiences and our gifts into beautiful experiences. But also maybe creating a system, maybe creating some sort of system or game or structure that can be followed, that can be shared, that can be played, some sort of ideology, maybe just seeing the other pains in the world and applying your own good experiences in a better way and being motivated just because the world is chaotic sometimes. Like, the world needs help, so let's help. How can I be of service in ways that are beneficial to me? It's not about putting yourself down in order to be of service. It's about finding your gifts and using them to be of service in order to develop yourself and to help other people. Then the last card here is a Knight of Pentacles. We're seeing the blending of feminine and masculine energies. We're seeing the feminine energy gathering a new vision, and we're seeing the masculine energy go in and make it happen. We're seeing if there's any type of hang-ups on what you envision for yourself or what you desire to create, that you can overcome them by exploring and by taking action in your life. And simply having the intention to create something new, a new project or a new venture, and then exploring, holding that intention, will help you to find all of the answers that you need and to bring everything together in something that's holistic and successful. So in summary, this is really about acknowledging and being aware of the beautiful energy within your life and redirecting it and directing it within yourself into something more, to share your gifts with other people, to share your resources, or to use your resources to create a new path for people. You might be creating a new path of success for people based on what you have come across easily and naturally in your own life. And maybe you have noticed that other people don't have those same opportunities, and there's a motivation to be able to instill something. It can be a business or a project. It can be like in the arts or creative, or it can be more practical, but it's building a path for other people to express and experience their own joy and to tap into themselves and to tune into themselves, to understand their own gifts as well. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I hope this helped with whatever's going on for you. There's a lot of really great energy to be used in beautiful ways. It looks like you're very skillful in whatever it is that's happening, and that you are very capable of creating new solutions, of creating exciting new ideas. But not just ideas, I think it's really putting them into work. And if you've been the idea person for other people, this means that you're gonna need to be taking your own ideas now and to make your own creativity out of it, or you're gonna have to find somebody that can help you to do this. If you are looking for love, this is an indication that love is coming in pretty strong into your life. And then this is also to focus on the good. In order to attract love into your life, focus on the good. Focus on your own love, your own beautiful experiences, and that will magnify and attract whatever it is that you need or that you're yearning for. Although I don't think you need too much with all the resources that you have going on, but there's definitely something that you want or desire that needs to be sought after and obtained and like driven towards. So you need to take the actions toward that. Okay, thank you so much. That's the reading for group number 4. I hope you liked it. Thank you for tuning in, and please support me however you can. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things help. And I hope to see you in another reading. Thank you.